Hi students, I'm Praveen Haridas and we are coming up with revision lectures of economic subjects. And remember, these subjects are only from the point of view of examination. Here, we will not be discussing the syllabus in detail. And this revision class has been divided into two parts. Number one, first in the microeconomics, we will discuss 4 marks and 6 marks questions, and later we will be discussing the 1 and 2 marks questions of microeconomics. So initially we will be only discussing 4 and 6 marks question, and in this regard today we will be starting with the 4 marks question, because there is no 6 marks question in the examination from the first chapter, that is introduction to economics. So today we will be starting with the first chapter, that is introduction to microeconomics, and we are going to begin with 4 marks questions. And you have gone through the question bank, and you know that the first question what you have in the question bank in the 4 marks segment is, what are the problems of centrally planned economy, right? So one thing, I want to give an example, right? Then we will move to the answer part. One thing what we all need to remember is, we have limited resources but our wants are unlimited. This is a very famous statement which you have learned in the economics, that is, human wants are unlimited and the resources are limited. For example, when you go with your monthly salary of 30,000 rupees to a super bazaar, you know that you cannot buy the entire super bazaar. So what you need to make is, you need to make choice. The problem of choice arises when there is unlimited want and limited resources. And if you remember, once I said in your class that if the resources were unlimited, then the economic subject would have never existed, especially this micro part. Okay, so now let's start with the first answer, that is, what are the central problems of an economy? Okay, so whatever type of economy it may be, remember, you may not feel that only India has these problems. Whatever type of economy it is, it may be a surplus economy, deficit economy, or we call it as developed country, underdeveloped country, whatever type of economy it is, they will be having these 3 basic problems, that is, what to produce, when to produce, and for whom to produce. Okay, so now first, what we need to write in the examination, see, remember, a 4 marks question should be ideally of a 20 to 25 lines answer. In that you need to cover all the 3 things. These are very wide concepts. The first one is what to produce. The question arises, what to see, as we have limited resources, that means the raw material which is available to us is very limited. We need to decide what we like to produce with that. For example, I will tell you the factors of production, like land. When we come across, right, the land can be utilized for agriculture purpose as also for industrial purpose. So we need to make a choice, and we need to decide what we like to produce. We like to produce we like to produce agriculture goods, or we like to produce industrial goods. Like that, we have choice of going for capital goods and consumer goods, right? In the what to produce segment, the government has to decide what it like to produce with the limited resources. Okay, later on I will come to the point how it will happen. Now generally, what to produce, in there are types of economy like centrally planned economy, mixed economy, and the market economy. Generally what happens is, in the centrally planned economy, the government decide what to produce, and generally it produces those goods which lead to welfare of the people. Okay, and in case of market economy, the what to produce is decided by the market on the basis of demand and supply and the profit element. Okay, so now let us come to the next one. That is, sorry, it should be how to produce. It should be how to produce. Now we decided that we will be producing this particular combination of goods, or a particular combination of goods. Now the question arises, what type of technique you like to adopt? Now here you have only two types of techniques. One is the capital intensive, or you can call it as machine oriented, and the other one is the labor oriented, or you can call labor intensive. So in one we are giving the task to the machines, and the other one is to the labor. The question arises, so which one is to be adopted? Remember, the choice of the technique of the production depends on the country, its population, and its technology. Now assume that, assume like India, a country like India will like to go with the labor intensive method of production, because we have a huge population and we are already facing the problem of unemployment. So if we appoint machines, certainly there will be a lack of employment. Okay, so in case of countries like Australia and all, where the population is less, they like to go with the capital intensive method, because they are surplus economy. They can manage money for the machines, and plus they have less labor force. So it all depends on your population combination and all. But in the centrally planned economy, better it goes for the labor oriented, because there will be unemployment and all. Then in the mixed economy, the technique of production is dependent on the cost. The one which is less costly will be adopted by the market economy. Okay, so now the next one is for whom to produce. Whom to produce. Now whom to produce deals with the distribution part. Remember, the first part deals with the production. The first two parts, what to produce and how to produce, deals with the production part. But the third part deals with the distribution. Now we have produced, like for whom it will be produced. That means now you know what to produce and how to produce, then for whom it will be produced. Now, whether you need to target the lower section, that means the poor class should be reached, or you will be producing goods for the rich class, that you need to determine. Okay, so how it will be decided, I will tell you. If it is a centrally planned economy, it decides that the goods should reach to the poorest people, poorest person. That means even it should reach the poor segment जो होता है society, उसको भी reach होना चाहिए, right? But when it comes to the market economy, it will try to reach that person who is having ability to pay. Okay, so this is about the whom to produce. Remember, the an economy is made up of different individuals. That means economically strong, economically weaker. So the distribution should be such that even the economically weaker section should also be reached. Then next is, you have two short notes. One is on centrally planned economy and the other one is on market economy. Okay, both carries 4 marks. Now in order to make you understand, I have made one more question out of it, that is difference between centrally planned economy and market economy. You can I know that the questions will be asked from the question bank, so this question is out of the question bank, but still it will help you to understand the two concepts. One is centrally planned economy and market economy. Okay, so now what is centrally planned economy? We know that it is a system in which the decisions are made by the central government. So all the decisions relating to what to produce, how to produce, when to produce, all these decisions are made by government. So here it is already I have mentioned. right? So all economical decisions are made by the central government, and in the market economy, all the decisions are made by the market mechanism. You know that what is market mechanism? The demand and supply. Okay. And the second point what you need to write is the centrally planned economy is also known as socialist economy, whereas the market economy is also known as capitalist economy. This will be easy for you to remember, as well as it will be easy for you to write in the short notes also. First you will be writing the meaning, and you will be writing the other name of that, that is socialist economy, and here it is capitalist economy. And as the centrally planned economy, in the centrally planned economy, all the decisions are made by the central government. The government always focuses on the welfare of the people. So what is the motive of centrally planned economy? The centrally planned economy has a motive called welfare. That means it always thinks about the welfare. Its all decisions are targeted towards the welfare of the people. Then in the market economy, all the decisions are targeted towards the profit motive. That means here all private individuals are there. In the private individuals are looking at their own profit and not at the welfare of the people. That's what I say. In the market mechanism, the distribution will be done to that person who has ability to pay. So that's why they are more about profit motive and not the welfare. Okay. And the factors of production, remember, the factors of production in a centrally planned economy are owned by the government. Who owns them? The government owns them, right? Whereas in the market economy, the factors of productions are owned by the private individuals. Remember, right? So centrally planned economic में कौन own करता है? They are owned by the central government. Whereas in the market economy, the factors of productions are owned by the private individuals. Hope you have understood these things, and this I have already explained. That is 3 WPs. That is what to produce, so what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce are decided by the whom? Central government in case of centrally planned economy, and private individuals in case of market economy. Hoping that you have understood, I will move to the next part, that is, which is the last question in this chapter, that is production possible curve, or we can call it as production possibility frontier. Okay, now let me tell you an example in order to understand the production possibility curve. Okay, so now assume that you have 100 rupees income. How much income? 100 rupees. And you have a cold drink which cost rupees 20, and you have also a burger which cost rupees 20. Okay, so you have 100 rupees income with you. Now what you can do is, you have a chance that you can buy 5 cold drinks, but when you buy 5 cold drinks, you cannot buy any burger because your income is limited. Again, the production possibility frontier also begins with the same thing, that is, the resources are limited but the wants are unlimited. So here you have 100 rupees, but you like to buy both what? Cold drink as well as burger. If you buy 5 cold drinks, then you cannot buy any burger. But whereas if you buy 4 burgers, you have a chance that you can produce, you can buy 1 burger. So like this, even the production possibility curve focuses on the same thing. It says that if you want to go for and unit of other product, you need to forgive the first one. अगर आप अपने इनकम से जो आप पहले कर रहे हो उसको छोड़कर आप कुछ और खरीदना चाहते हैं तो पहले में से आपको थोड़ा निकालना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आपके पास जो रिसोर्सेस है वो लिमिटेड है। तो इसीलिए हम देखते हैं, देखिए हम पीपीसी को स्टार्ट करते हैं, प्रोडक्शन पॉसिबिलिटी कर्व या फ्रंटियर आप जो बोलते हैं, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट? द प्रोडक्शन पॉसिबिलिटी कर्व और द फ्रंटियर depicts or shows the possible combination of two goods. Remember, the possible combination of two goods which an economy can produce with the available resources and technology. मतलब याद रखिए, आपके मन में कभी कभी क्वेश्चन आएगा, सर क्या सर दो ही गुड्स होते हैं क्या, उससे ज्यादा? याद रखिए पीपीएफ का लिमिटेशन क्या है? इट इज ओनली डिस्कसिंग टू गुड्स, उससे ज्यादा वो डिस्कस नहीं कर रहा है। हाँ, देयर आर वेरियस कॉम्बिनेशंस, बट पीपीसी लिमिट्स इट डिस्कशन ओनली टू द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टू गुड्स, राइट? द कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टू गुड्स व्हिच एन economy can produce with all the available resources and technology. See, they have given significance for the technology because technology is also very important. Then let's see an example where we can learn about the PPC. Now remember, PPC has a unique assumption here, that is about marginal opportunity cost. Now what is meant by marginal opportunity cost? It says that marginal opportunity cost increases. Marginal opportunity cost increases. For example, I will tell you in this present example, to buy the first cold drink, you have sacrificed one burger. Then to buy the second cold drink, you will be sacrificing more than one. That is the assumption, that it says to acquire another unit you need to sacrifice more and more. That is the assumption of the production possibility curve. Andre ನೀವು ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಿಫೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಂದಾಗ x plus ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಹೊರತು x ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. The opportunity cost goes on increasing. Okay, so ಅದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. Now let us start. Assume that we have two commodities x and y. Okay, by utilizing all the resources I can produce 10 units of y or 4 units of x. This is the maximum what I can produce. Okay, next. If I increase 1 unit of x, I will be reducing 1 unit of y. See, this is the formula for marginal opportunity cost. That is delta y divided by delta x. That means the change in y divided by the change in x. Now if you do that, the first one is, it is 0 divided by 1, so absolutely it will be 0. The next one is, next, ye dono 0 hi hote because it is the beginning. Now when I have changed from 0 to 1, the change is 1, and even the change in y is also 1. So the change in x is 1 divided by the change in y is the change in y is 1 as well as the change in x is also 1. So that's why it is 1 divided by 1. Andre delta y andre y nage ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿದೆ? 10 le 9 ಗೆ ಬಂದಿಯಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ದ ಚೇಂಜ್? 1. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 le 1 ಗೆ ಬಂದಿಯಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇದೆ? 1. So 1 divided by 1 is equal to 1. So initially it is 0 by 0, so there will be no change. The next is, when it comes to next, change in y is 9 minus 7, that is 2, divided by change in x. They matlab 1 se 2 ban gaya na, so it is 1, so it will be 2. So you have got that here. The next one is the change in y is 7 minus 4, that is 3, divided by the change in x is 1 because 2 se 3 hua. So what is the result? That is 3. And the last one is 4 minus 0. The change is 4 and here the change is 1. So 4 divided by 1 will be equal to 4. So this is called as marginal opportunity cost. You can see in the beginning it is 1, then next it is 2, then next it is 3. It is going on increasing, and this nature makes the production possibility curve to remain concave. मतलब आप जब आप प्रोडक्शन पॉसिबिलिटी कर्व ड्रॉ करोगे आपको पता चलेगा कि उसका शेप कैसा है. इट इज कॉन्केव. देन व्हाई इट इज कॉन्केव? because of this marginal opportunity cost. Now let us draw and see how it looks. Now okay, so this is OX and OY, and here it is product X, and here it is product Y. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, no, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, excuse me. So in the Y, it is up to 10. Okay, so it will be 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Now let us start solving. So the first one is, the first combination is 10. So let me mark it here. Okay. Then next 0 and 10 will be there. Then 1 and 9. So first it is 1 and next it is 9. So somewhere around here. या इससे थोड़ा नीचे कर देता हूं मैं. 1, 9. Okay. Next is 2 is 7. So 7 will be somewhere around here. So 2, 7. 2, 7. Okay. Then next is 3 is 4. So 3 का कहीं अदर कहीं तो आता है 4. Okay. So 4. And then next is ये वाला point है. So if you try to connect it, it will be like, you can see it, the shape is not straight. It is concave. It is concave. So why it is concave? It is because of this increasing opportunity cost. Remember, if this opportunity cost was same, then it would have definitely looked like a straight line, right? And if remember, if somebody asks you why it is not straight line and why it is concave, the answer should be because of the increasing marginal, or sorry, increasing opportunity cost. Okay, so the PPC has 3 features. The first one is the downward sloping. Why it is downward sloping? Because if you produce one, the production of the like increase in the production of one unit will lead to decrease in the production of other unit. Because of that, it is downward sloping. Okay, the next is it is concave. I have already explained. It can shift rightwards and leftwards. Those situations we can discuss some other day, but there is a possibility that it can shift to the right or shift to the left when there is a change in technology or the degradation of technology kab hota hai. So at that time there is a possibility that it can move towards the right. Right is always called as positive shift and left is always called as negative shift. So this is the explanation for all the 4 questions, 4 marks questions of the first chapter, that is Introduction to Microeconomics. Hoping that you all have understood, I will take a leave, and tomorrow we will come with the next chapter, that is Theory of Consumer Behavior, and that chapter is a very important chapter. it has 4 marks as well as 6 marks question, and even there might be 2 6 marks questions in the examination. So be prepared, and today's task, you need to finish all these 4 answers. Okay, so thank you very much.